Hey, as much as I've heard about this game, I'm ashamed to say I've never actually played any Twisted Metal games besides Black on the PS2. I know this is a widely loved series, but it always felt like it just wasn't for me. After someone asked me to do a review of it on another video, one trailer just started coming back to me. The revenge trailer for Twisted Metal on the PS3. But I've never played that either, so I thought, hey, why not give it a chance, right? I'm a big horror fan, big time. And I know this series can get dark sometimes, so maybe it'll be cool. Spoilers, it was a great idea. I couldn't find the comment anymore, but whoever asked me to review these games, thank you, I mean it.
Your wish is granted.
Starting from Twisted Metal 1, I wasn't sure what to expect. I knew it was going to be hard, but I thought it wasn't going to be good, considering people usually talk about the other entries a lot, but not this one. I was wrong. The presentation on the original game wasn't the best. It was definitely metal, but you have the most basic menu you could get, and the story is only presented to you in text, with this guy in the background. That explains why I didn't play this as a kid. After you select your character, you can also see a little bit of story behind the character and the reason they're there. And this is the first thing that got me hooked into this game. The entire story has a creepshow feeling to it, where they have a simple but interesting plot that makes you wanna know how it ends. The whole premise is around Calypso, the host of Twisted Metal, and he promises that whoever wins will get whatever they desire, beyond the limits of even reality. Not sure if this will be important yet, but they make sure you understand that the game takes place in Christmas Eve 2005, taking place in Los Angeles. I decided to play as Sweet Tooth just because he looks like the main character in the series, if it even has one. His bio says he's an escaped mental patient after his best friend. More on that later. Getting into the game, I was extremely confused. Forget your X for gas and square to brake. Here you move forward with square, brake with X, boost with triangle, and shoot with R2 and L2. You have a machine gun that you can use at any moment, but it has a temperature so you can just hold it forever. And pickup weapons which you can shoot with L2. It definitely takes a while for you to get used to the gameplay in this game. Besides the controls, at least these cars feel sluggish, but maybe that's what the car info was mentioning. In the first level, you'll go on a 1v1 in a small arena, probably just to let you learn the controls. I got my ass kicked again and again. I was honestly not liking it, but I knew it was something I was doing wrong. And here's the thing, I was expecting to just go around shooting up cars, but there's definitely a good amount of strategy baked into this game. After you finally start to understand that you shouldn't keep going head to head on your opponents, you are moved to another level where you have 3 opponents. You have 3 lives for the entire game, and I got stuck in this level for about 40 minutes, until I finally found out that there's a password system on it. I don't know what it was, but after a while trying to play this, I started to think, I'll just finish this match and take a break. And after I finished, I wanted to go another one before the break, and another one, and another one. I seriously could not stop playing it. The gameplay, while not amazing, is definitely something special. Actually having to take your time and figure out how you approach the battles in this game got me so hooked that I ended up playing the entire game in one sitting. It definitely took me some time because I'm bad at it, but it was just that good. The graphics were not great. You have a camera inside the car, which is interesting, definitely hardly usable when your car is constantly doing this. But it definitely doesn't look very good. I upscaled the game to 4K by the way, the textures look way too bad, same goes for the sprites. These numbers in the bottom are your speed, even though there is not even a miles per hour to let you know. I'm sorry, but it's careless if you ask me. You do get some destruction of your car during the gameplay, which is cool, but that's about it that I can say for the graphics in this one. I know the maps are pretty big, but Driver had a full map way bigger than these and it still looked better. Speaking of pretty big, there's some pretty big frame drops in it. I thought it was probably because of the amount of things going on, but even when I was by myself, it lagged sometimes, so I really don't know. I was thinking about this while playing it, by the way, but usually I look like an idiot when I say the game's dropping frames, because I can't really show you. The video you're watching is compressed and it doesn't look that bad, but trust me, this one got pretty bad from time to time. Just try it out yourself if you don't believe me. I was pretty sad about one thing specifically in this game, the music. While good, there's not really a lot, 7 songs in total, and pretty short songs, so you're gonna be hearing it a lot during your playthrough. I don't think there's really any memorable sound effects either. The only thing I noticed is this siren sound that sounds exactly like the one in Bomberman Fantasy Race. After you beat the rooftop level, you get a warning saying that you now battled the minion, the winner of the last Twisted Metal tournament. I thought it was going to be way harder honestly, but I won't push my luck either. After beating him, you get a text saying you're the winner of Twisted Metal and for you to prepare to meet Calypso for your prize. What? You thought you'd get a cutscene or something? Of course not. After meeting Calypso, he says that he's confused by your request, a paper bag. Apparently after escaping the mental ward, Sweet Tooth has been searching for that bag, which is apparently Harold, the wacky lunch sack, his best friend. The game did have full FMV as endings, but they were all cut for different reasons. I did watch the cutscenes on YouTube and honestly, I believe it would have been better if they were still in the game after all. Besides being definitely cheesy and cheap looking, it would probably be better than just plain text. Besides being frustrating at times, Twisted Metal is a very good game. It definitely looks and feels like a budget game that had a great idea in mind, but still wasn't sure how to make it work. It looks cheap, it sounds cheap, but you feel that there's something there that's really good, and for me that's the story and gameplay. Again, I wasn't sure if this was going to be the one, but I was sure hyped to play it. Like I said, I simply could not stop and I'm still itching to play 3 and 4. Already, the presentation in this game got so much better than the first one. Besides not having much in the menus, even though I believe they look pretty clean, this one features cutscenes that definitely help get you hooked on the story. It starts with Calypso over a destroyed LA, wondering where the next Twisted Metal should take place. I guess that's pretty obvious. I gotta say, the story in this one got way better than the first. While Roadkill in the original was supposed to be a captain in a war, yeah, this guy was a captain. In the second one, he confronts you saying that he knows that nothing of that is real. It is very engaging to have an idea of what they want, and then you play the game just to see what will be their request for Calypso. I was extremely confused at first because I was so sure Sweet Tooth was the main character in these games, but he wasn't in the select screen, which got me sad. But then I saw him in the game and I was like, wait, what? So basically there's this cheat code that you gotta use, but I didn't know if he had any story in this or if I should even play as him since he's an unlockable, but I did it anyway. As soon as you get into the game, you can feel how much better the controls got. The game feels way more responsive and you don't have to fight it at every instant. The graphics seems to be basically the same, but the levels got way more detail, even having some destruction in them, like this Eiffel Tower in this level. That would have blown my mind as a kid. There's another level in Antarctica where you gotta win while the map collapses. It's pretty cool to have you do something besides waiting for the others to do all the work. Talking about levels, there's a total of 8 levels in this one. 2 more than the first game, but they seem bigger in comparison. I am again a bit saddened by the music though. Maybe I was expecting too much from the games that started a franchise, but you can't look at this and not think it will have some great songs in it. There's about 10 songs in this one, 3 more than the original, which is okay. Oh, in the gameplay side of things, you can do a combination of inputs in this one, making a special move. For example, left to right up sends a freeze burst forward. You use an energy bar for each attack. It's definitely helpful when you're out of weapons, and not so good that will make the game easy. The last level takes place in Hong Kong, and after you beat it... But he's right here. I was probably supposed to play the game as another character. I don't know, I'm so confused. I guess maybe they added Sweet Tooth as an extra character at the end. I really don't know, but I really wasn't expecting that. The battle can be very frustrating. Darktooth does a lot of damage and doesn't take much, so good luck with that. And after that, there's another boss fight, so good luck with that too. After winning, the game tells you to prepare to meet Calypso again, but this time you actually get a cutscene. From what I've seen, all of the enders have a twisted turn, like that Monkey Paw story. I can see myself playing this as a kid as every character possible just to see their outcome. But I have YouTube now, so yeah. I liked this game better than the first, even though there's things I like better in the original. But it's just overall a better game. It just seems more fleshed out, like they knew what they were doing. While in the first, you kept having this feeling that they weren't sure about what this game was. Like it was a tech demo, you know? But I still really liked it. And you can definitely expect another video on the series. I'm actually eager to play more, so it shouldn't take too long. Hey again! If you watched my last video, you know I mentioned we had 600 subs. We have 1200 now. In a week. Thank you so much for subscribing, really. I'm really happy that you've been liking the content, and I really could not expect anything like the amount of support you've been giving me. So really, thank you so much. If you have any idea for something else I should cover, please let me know. And make sure you leave a like if you liked the video, and if you didn't, you don't have to, of course. Unless you want to. So thanks again, and I see you in the next one. Take care.